Believe it or not, I have one more NFL story. I know this is a football-heavy program, but the NFL is my favorite league, and I have my strongest opinions about the Patriots and about the NFL. Now, it's being reported that Peyton Manning and his production company, Omaha Productions, are trying to recruit Bill Belichick and Nick Saban to host a Manning Cast-style broadcast next season. Now, I've been a champion of Bill Belichick possibly taking a broadcast job. I've said that on Twitter, I've said that on this show, I've said that in person. He has the personality when he shows it. He has the potential. And I think Nick Saban is in a similar boat. I think when he's talking about football, his real personality shows. However, I have a very unpopular opinion to confess. I really don't care for the Manning cast, and I know most people would disagree. I just don't find the Manning brothers inherently likable. They get on my nerves when they talk too much. Peyton did well on SNL, I'll give him that, but that does not mean I want to watch him during Monday Night Football. I also just don't like the format very much. It's basically a 3-person Zoom call playing over a football game, and it feels very COVID era, and we're a couple years out of that. I'm over that. If you're going to do a broadcast, do it in person, do it in the studio, or don't do it. I would much rather Belichick and Saban do a podcast or do a studio show if they do something together. I would take this Belichick-Saban Manning cast over nothing, though. Again, my dream situation for Bill Belichick is that he joins Fox Sports. It would just be really interesting to see the dynamics between him, Gronk, and Edelman. Edelman obviously loves him for good reason. I think Gronk had mixed feelings, and that's why he retired when he did, or it's one reason he decided to retire. But he's come back around on him to appreciate what he did for his career. And if they can get Brady and Belichick in a booth together, that would be peak television for me. I really do believe sometimes what two people need is time apart to appreciate what they had together. Tom and Bill both are great football minds. Bill is a great coach. Tom is a great quarterback. They have different perspectives of how to win. Often they work together, how they lined up and how they were a contrast to each other. It got to a point where they had been together for 20 years and it was time for a break. I can't pretend to know what really went down, but I can say they've come back to appreciating each other. In Tom's podcast, the last one he published as a player after he announced his retirement, Bill called in and complimented Tom so much, he quite actually teared up on air. And I know that's not much for Tom, he cries a lot, but still, the fact it was Belichick tells me there is love and there is respect between those two. So it's not quite the impossible dream to want them together in a booth. I know a lot of people want Belichick just to retire from coaching and do broadcasting permanently. And I'm in the same boat too. I think it would just be nice just to chill with him and hear stories from him and hear his takes on what's happening in the NFL. But I'm pretty sure he has the appetite to break the record for most wins by a head coach. And I can't blame him. He's very with it for someone in his 70s, and it would just take him a few seasons with a good team to break that record. So I would not blame him for taking a year off to broadcast and then going back to coaching for a few more years. I think that's what happens. I really do. It will be very interesting to see what happens regardless of what he does. And if he does go to an NFL team, unless it's like the Buffalo Bills, the New York Jets, or the Dallas Cowboys, I'll have a similar relationship with them as I did to the Tom Brady era Tampa Bay Buccaneers, where I was not a fan of the franchise, but I was happy to see Tom's team win, even if it was not the Patriots. Again, Bill Belichick winning, to me, just adds to his case as the greatest coach in NFL history. And it validates years of smack talk I've broadcast about him and about the Patriots. At least that's how I'm choosing to see this.